I've seen families worry about dementia when it was actually medication side effect. And next time you're noticing something that feels off when you enter your parents' home, not bad enough to point to, but just not the same as before. And you start questioning yourself, am I seeing that's just not there? Or should I look more into it? But then you're facing a challenge to provoke an angry reaction of your parent for being paranoid about a decline in their health. As a nurse practitioner making house calls and as a daughter caring for an elderly parent, I've learned that health changes show up in small and subtle ways. Things that are easy to explain away or easy to miss. Stay tuned as I walk you through 5 signs your parent might be hiding their health problem and what the signs would actually mean based on my professional experience and what you can do about them. Sign number 1. They start minimizing everything. You bring something up and the answer is always the same. It's nothing. I'm just getting older. You worry too much. And while sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not denial, it's protection. They're protecting their independence. They're changing normal. So instead of telling you what's really going on, they downplay it. Sign number 2. Nothing dramatic, but small things start slipping away. The fridge has food that's gone bad. Mail starts piling up. Laundry isn't getting done the same way. It's not one big change. It's a pattern of small changes. Sign number 3. They stop going out as much, cancel plans, avoid driving at night or at all. They may not say why, but often there is something behind that. Fear of falling, not feeling steady, or just not feeling themselves. Sign number 4. This one is pretty subtle. They might repeat the same story or question, not because they didn't care to remember, but because they're trying to anchor the information. You might see notes everywhere, post notes, calendars filled in, writing everything down. It's actually a smart coping strategy, but when it becomes excessive, it can be a clue, changing the subject or redirecting the conversation. If they don't remember something, they may smoothly change the subject. And if you're not paying close attention, it can go completely unnoticed. Sticking to familiar routines only, they may avoid anything new places, new tasks, new routines, not because they don't want to, but because familiar feels safer and easier to manage. And I want to say that this is not bad behavior. They're actually very human ways of adapting. But when you start seeing the pattern, it's worth paying attention to. Sign number 5. Sometimes nothing is obvious, but you start calling more, checking in more. You just start feeling something has shifted. And I want to say this clearly. This feeling matters. Now, here's the part I want to add to my experience as a nurse practitioner. When I see these patterns, there's often something underneath them, like infection. Many people don't realize that urinary tract infection often presents very differently in older adults. They may not have typical burning or pain. Instead, you might notice more frequent trips to the bathroom, but passing smaller amounts of urine, or just a general change in behavior. I've had families worry about rapid onset of dementia, and it turned out to be an infection. Another very common pattern I see is medication-related behavior change. You might notice changes like confusion, slow reaction, even slower speech. And the tricky part is people often don't notice these changes in themselves. Sometimes it shows up physically, they're walking less because of new muscle pain, or socially, they withdraw more and on opposite side become more irritable. And often this starts after a new medication is added, but they don't connect the dots. For example, statins can sometimes increase muscle pain, leading to less movement. Muscle relaxant can increase the risk of falls. And some pain, anxiety, or antidepressant medication can affect thinking, reaction time, or mood. So when something feels off, I always ask, could this be medication related? Depression in older adults doesn't always look like sadness. It can look like low energy, withdrawal, or just not wanted to engage anymore. And sometimes it's a physical manifestation, fatigue, weakness, or fear of falling, which is why they start avoiding certain activities. What makes this tricky is not just one thing. More often than not, it's a combination medications, infection, and early changes of overlapping. The reason I'm sharing this isn't to make you worry. It's to help you notice things early because many of these problems are actually manageable when caught early. I'm really curious. Have you ever had a moment where you felt something wasn't right, even before you could explain it? Noticing these small signs isn't about fear. It's about awareness, compassion, and showing up just a little earlier than we thought we needed to. If this helped you see things a little clearer, please hit the like button and consider to subscribe. I share more of these real life caregiving insights here on the channel. And before you go, take a deep breath. Please remember, you are enough. You do enough.